Here we go. Ready for the show? 3,
Yes.
2, 1. MLM Nation, this is Simon Chan. I'm fired up to bring our special guests, our DMO heroes. We got Keisha and Donnell on the show. Hey, welcome. Are you ready to make it happen?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Hey, so I'm really fired up. So just to give you a little background about Keisha and Donnell, they are from St. Louis, Missouri, met 9 years ago, and they got 5 kids ranging from 22 to 3 years old. They both work. Keisha is a claims assistant. Donnell works as a signal electrician for trains, and but they still make it happen. And for those out there, you've never heard or watched one of these DMO heroes, these are a little different. These episodes teach you how to be consistent and really feature the future leaders of network marketing. Both Keisha and Donnell are part of our special group called Purpose Driven Networkers, where they prospect together with me 15 times throughout the week, right? We go on Zoom, we prospect together, and they've been one of the most active and consistent. Actually, in fact, since they got started in Purpose Driven Networkers, I remember they've been, I think, on every single one. Either one of them have been on there and plugging in, prospecting online, and they're going to talk a little bit about their experiences transitioning from offline to online as well. Anyways, with this show, you'll learn tips on how to create consistency, be more productive, and to defeat overwhelm. Anyway, Keisha and Donnell, welcome to the show. Why don't you share briefly, how did you get started in network marketing?
Well, I saw this company 20 years ago when I was a little younger, and I got involved, and I always liked the concept of it. So fast forward to when me and Keisha together, she was trying to figure out something to come up with for us to get, make some money, like, start our own business or something. And I told her about network marketing, and she was with it right away.
How did you do when you first started?
It was a lot of learning in the beginning. Thinking you want to start your own business, you have to be very focused and focus on your goal. So in the beginning, it was a lot of learning.
Yes, absolutely.
What was the biggest challenge you've had in terms of learning? What did you have to overcome or learn?
Man, overcoming yourself, you know?
Being scared to prospect, wondering what they're going to say, hoping they don't think, different of you after you approach them with a business option.
Yes, overcoming the no's too. That's another thing, overcoming that,
So how did you overcome that? Can you share some tips? How would someone overcome that? Like, because I think the fear of rejection and not doing anything, that holds a lot of people back. So what do you do to help you keep going?
We look at our why, and we focus on the why. We know what we want. We know what we're going to achieve. We know that people have succeeded in this profession. So we focus on that. We know that it can be done. And it's just a matter of just, staying consistent and pushing.
So you were recently, you became a member of our group, Purpose Driven Networkers. Why did you decide to become part of this group?
Well, we saw that the results that you were giving people. We followed your podcast for over a year already, and we looked and we looked at each other. We said, we need this coaching. We need this right here.
The structure and the opportunity to learn.
Yes.
What, in terms of learning, what's the most impactful thing you've learned so far?
Consistency.
Yes, consistency. Yeah, being accountable. Like you hold those sessions 3 times a day, and that puts us in a position where you got to get on. You got to get up and get on, and you got to do something.
If you want the results, you have to do the work.
Yes, absolutely.
So how do you make yourself, because you do these sessions, you cannot show up. How do you make yourself to show up at these sessions? What are you saying to yourself that make you yourself show up? And some people may not show up. What do you say to you? How do you get yourself to show up? Because showing up is like, a big part of the game, right? How do you make yourself show up? I think a lot of people in network marketing, they want to be successful, but they struggle with showing up. What gets you to show up every day?
We don't want to fail.
Right, exactly. We don't want to fail. And not only that, it's how, like, if we want the results, you got to do it, so like we want the results bad. So it's like, we got to do it. Like, it's times where I get off work in the morning and I'm tired and I want to go to bed, but I'm like, I'm gonna stay up for 30 more minutes just to do some DMOs. So, yeah, we got to do it. We want the results now. So
20 to 30 minutes can change your future.
Right.
You want to do those 20 to 30 minutes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, so the DMO, for those who are listening, watching, is the DMO. You can get a free download on MLMation.com. So why don't you share a little bit? What do you actually do in those 20, 30 minutes? Right, because you don't have that much time in the world. So when you say you get back from third shift late at night, what are you doing for those 30 minutes that make you productive?
Well, I'm definitely clamming. Definitely, we're adding people. We're messaging people that add us back. We're messaging them, letting them know thank you for adding us. And then we're definitely sending out invites. Keisha, she's a beast at sending out the invites. I mean, I'm kind of hesitant a little bit, but I get out a few, but she goes hard.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the invite. So for those who are not for listening, Darnell talked about CLAM. So you can meet anyone online. CLAM stands for comment, like, add, and message. And you can use that for Instagram. You can use that for LinkedIn. You can use that for Facebook. You basically see someone's post, you comment on it, you like it, that immediately gets people's attention, right? And then you can add them as a friend and then send them a message. Now, I know that some groups, they may not allow you to add right away, but then you can comment back and forth on them, build a relationship. And if you can't add them, you ask, hey, I'd love for you to be to connect with you, be a Facebook friend, or follow each other on Instagram. Would you mind, to stay connected? You send them a message like that, and if you're commenting back and forth, people will accept you. Now, I know you're a beast in terms of you do a lot of new reaches in terms of new contacts reached, Darnell. But let's talk about invite. Now, you say you're a beast. You send a lot of invites, Keisha. Some people who are listening to this, like, wow, I just met someone online. I'm scared. Like, I'm going to be too pushy. How do you get yourself to send out so many invites?
Because I have faith in what we're working on. So if I can just say hi to them, get them to say hi back, and once I show them what it is, either they're going to do it or they're not. So if they're the best interest too, to accept it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the focus is really like, if you're thinking about yourself, you get nervous about it. But if you focus on, hey, I'm helping people, why not?
Yeah. Right.
Now, if you're helping people, they may say no, but that's on their side now. That's their decision. But if you're thinking, I want to help some, then why would you hold something back? I think if you're watching, you're listening to this, you're not just a typical distributor. You really believe in your product and company. Right. You got to help people. Whether when shifting, the emphasis is on others instead of yourself. Yes,
absolutely. It's not about us. It's about getting this opportunity in front of people. And we know people need it just like we needed it. So that's why it's no hesitation. We're trying to get it out there.
Now let's talk about your daily schedule a little bit. You have like 5 kids, and you work during the night shift, third shift, right? How do you, and Keisha, you work during the day. How do you fit prospecting into your daily schedule? What's your typical day like?
Well, you figure even before this, everybody's always on their phone anyway. Everybody's always on Facebook or Instagram. You're already doing this already, so why not turn it into something productive? Right. So like I'm at night, I get a little bit of downtime at work, and so I'll get on there and start adding, or maybe even I just do a bunch of clams, and then even when I get up, when I wake up and I'm getting the girls ready or getting the kids ready, I'll do some clams in, So I just try to, because I'm already going to get on. You're already going to look on your Facebook and Instagram anyway. So
yeah. So when he gets home in the morning, he gets the kids ready for school, and then while she's getting ready for school, he's on Facebook or on Instagram talking to new connects. And then at night when he's at work on the last demo of the day, that's when I'm on messaging and talking to other people and inviting.
So it's really fitting like the nooks and crannies of the day. Like you don't need that much time, but during that time, you're really focused on the reach outs. You're focused on hitting the numbers, the reach outs. I know you do a lot of big numbers. You reach out to a lot of people every day. We're purpose driven networkers. We have a tracking system. So you're tracking. And so while a lot of people may be surfing, like going through the news feed, scrolling, you're actually building connections. So using your time much better.
Absolutely.
Do you have any tips or hacks or tools you use to help you stay productive and consistent?
We don't use that much
Right.
different. We just use Messenger.
Messenger, yeah, and we just start getting on a Zoom thing.
Oh yeah, we love Zoom.
Zoom,
We just use Messenger, Facebook, and Instagram.
yes, absolutely.
If you did, someone asked you, how can I be more consistent? What's the first thing? What's the first tip you share with them? If someone's struggling with consistency,
write down your goals and always have that in mind when you're wanting to give up or skip a step or skip, whatever you have scheduled. If you don't want to do it, remember why you're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll just say, just do it. I mean, what is 15 minutes going to hurt you? Just do it.
You're going to see the change right away.
Yeah, absolutely. In the three and a half weeks we've been working with you, we saw like a big difference. So just do it. No matter what, it's only 15 minutes out of your day. Come on, just get on it.
So in these 15 minutes, for those who don't, we basically reach out. I'll go to send out 5 new friends, meet 5 new contacts. We send out 5 invites, asking people whether they want to look at the business or the products, and then we send 5 follow-ups. Right, so that's in 15 minutes. We're not scrolling through the news feed. It's just in 10 sessions of 15 minutes. Now, you said that you saw a big difference in 3.5 weeks. What are some of the changes, the benefits you've seen, like being focused on that DMO?
We got 2 new customers.
A lot of interactions.
Yeah, a lot of interaction.
A lot of people that's interested, and we met a lot of new acquaintances online.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like we noticed from before we started this, going months without really having anything happening to. I mean, just going crazy. Like every time we hear the beep on our messenger or something like that, then we know it's something going on, and that feels real good. It feels real good.
Yeah, and right before we got on the show, you said something like, "I'm always busy," right? And I think that is, we talk about you got to be productive, but and that reminded me of like one of the things that I learned from my mentors. Like when you're like nonstop activity, I got another person message me, I got this follow up, and your schedule is packed. You're like, so much going on, right? Sometimes you feel that way. Like I got so many people message back, so many. That's when you're making money. That's when you actually grow your business. When you got no action going on. You're really not making money. And another thing is when you got action like that, where I'm sure like you still got a lot of room for improvement. You're getting better and better. But by taking action, you're getting better. But also it becomes more exciting.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
the worst thing in the business, when you have no one to follow up, no one to invite, then the business is really boring and miserable.
Yes.
Right? And when you got a lot of action, just like, another message, another invite, another follow-up. It doesn't even matter if they join or not, right? Or buy.
Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, absolutely.
It makes the business becomes more fun. And you set targets. And like, hey, I got to reach out to 5 people. I got to follow up. You make it in the game. It becomes more fun. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really good. What are some things you feel like you still need help with to get to the next level?
Oh, and I think mine's is like the follow-ups, being more, I think a little bit more aggressive with the follow-ups, just getting on them. Sometimes I'm kind of hesitating on that, but once I get over that hump, I think I'll be great, But it's just the follow-up thing, and that's the important thing is the follow-up. You got to have that,
Right. I'm not an aggressive person, so you have to get used to like, hey, I'm following up with you. How's everything, going with you?
Yeah.
Usually you naturally want to wait for them to come to you.
Yeah, wait for them. That ain't happening.
That's not happening. You're not going to sit there and people are like, oh, sign me up. That's not happening.
Right.
So here's something to help you out, right? Because when I first started, I'm like a shy, quiet Asian kid from Brooklyn, New York. So I'm like, am I being too pushy? Am I going to be, I'm supposed to be quiet and timid? Especially my parents told me like, Asians are good in science and math, even though I'm not. And like, don't be too aggressive. So I was like always timid growing up, right? Like a timid little Asian kid. So, but one thing I learned early on, like successful people always appreciate good follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, successful people always. Now, some people may think you're pushy. But the people who are successful, they appreciate great follow-up. I was just reading a book that they were saying a lot of people, they're not successful because they don't ask. Because they're afraid of bothering people. But the people who are successful, they appreciate that. And as I've grown, people who follow up with me, I'm always impressed. Like yesterday, I remember some person wanting us to promote something. I'm like, hey, follow up with me in like 3 months. And no one ever does that. By the way, if you ever want to get, anytime someone wants to pitch you anything, right? And like, this is why I say, hey, you know what? We're busy right now. We are focused on our 2019 goals. Follow up with me in 6 months. Towards the end of 2019, I'll take a look at it. And I'll tell you, I've been using that line for the last 5 years, and 99% of people do not follow up in 6 months.
Right.
So that's, by the way, that's a guilt-free way to say no to people. If you say, hey, I'm just really busy right now, but I'm definitely open to it, check back with me in 6 months. And no one checks up back. So you get rid of them and they'll never have to bother you again, right? If they ever try to sell you anything. So I've used that line, but the people are successful, they appreciate that. So Donnell, like, just keep asking. And I remember even when I first started MLM Nation, there was a person that I wanted to get on the show. I just messaged him every month. Hey, I know he's really busy traveling the world and stuff. He couldn't be on the show. And I just said, hey, we'd love to have you on the show. When's a good time? Could we do it this week? Right now, we have lots of people who won't be on the show. But when we first started, like we were trying to get our name out, I had to work really hard to follow up with leaders. He was like, yes. And I just followed this guy for like 9 months, every like 3-4 weeks. Hey, we're ready for you. Are you ready? And then he just said, one day, he said, you know, Simon, I'm ready. And I know you must be. I remember the words he said. He said, you know what? I don't know much about you, but I can tell you're very successful because you follow up like crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Successful people follow up. And I'm thinking about everyone that I know, they just follow up. They follow up and they never forget. Right? And if you say no to them, don't worry. They'll just put it in the calendar. Could be 6 months, 1 year, follow up. I mean, just yesterday, I had someone else that came back from a trip. They said they were going to follow on the day they got back from Australia, and they followed up.
Yeah.
So think about that, right? So you're not bothering people. Just think. Now, there are some people who are like, oh, Donnell's bothering me again. But those people are not successful. The people, and the secret to MLM is always attracting people who are better than you, right? Like, smarter than you, a better network. That was actually, you know, when I first heard that, you're reacting better than I am. First time I heard that, like, no, man, I want people, I'm the smartest. I don't want people smarter than me. But you want people smarter and more successful than you. And those people will always appreciate follow-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
They may not join right away, but they will appreciate it. And if anything, they will support you. It's like, you know, Don, and when you keep following up persistent like that, they'll be like, man, things must be going good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because if they ask you, hey, Donnell, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Have you ever had a friend ask you, are you making any money? Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So you can say to them, hey, I've been following with you every 3 months. If it didn't work, will I still be calling you now?
Why would I? Exactly. Well, I would have been gave up then if it ain't working.
Right. I just asked him. I didn't even tell. I just asked the question. And actually, see, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm like more direct, right? So some of my friends was like, hey, is that thing working? I was like, listen, am I a dumb guy? And they'll laugh a little bit, right? They'll laugh. I say, well, obviously, I'm right. They'll laugh a little bit. I'll say, well, if it didn't work, why be so stupid enough and still do this right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all I say. And then basically, they're like, oh, Simon must be doing well. It must be working. And they don't join, but every time I follow up, is that working out? Why do you think I'm still calling you?
Yeah, I'm still calling you.
And then all of a sudden, see, people always ask me, how do you convince prospects? It's like, don't convince prospects. You outlast your prospects.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
So here's some tips. Those are some tips to help you out. Follow up. Know that the more you follow up, better. People are buying your conviction anyway. The more you consistent you are, people are like, this must be working, right? Because a lot of people talk to today, they may not be ready for the business, but they always say, wow, you're still following me after 2 years? It must be doing well then.
I think a lot of people are waiting to see what you're doing with it too. They want to see how you do with it first, you know? So,
so you outlast them. You just keep going, right? You just keep going. You can't convince them. You outlast them. And just know that people are successful. They appreciate people who are good follow-up. Because that's a trait that all successful people have.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that was a little something to help you out here. As we go towards the end of the show, just a couple more questions for you, right? How has purpose-driven networkers helped you in building online? Let's share that a little bit, because you used to build it a little differently, right, before you became a member of the group.
Right. Because it was like, at first, it was like we were trying to do a lot of face-to-face and trying to get people to sit down. But this method, we can reach so much more people, you know, with just saying, hey, would you like to check out a video? You know, that invite, those scripts that you laid out for us, is, I mean, they have worked wonders. And it makes it so much easier. You just send out the script, and then if they get back with you, they get back with you. That's great. If not, you keep moving on. But that's how it's helped us in a way that our friends, our list has grown. You know, our prospecting list has grown so much. So man, it's helped out a lot.
If someone is considering becoming a member of Purpose Driven Networkers, what advice could you give them?
Just do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Don't think twice about it. Do it.
Just do it. Absolutely.
You'll be so happy.
Yes, absolutely. Just do it. Yes. Especially if you want results. If you want results, do it.
Well, you've been awesome. You've been very consistent, active as well. I appreciate you for sharing. And as we wrap up, any last words or advice? And then what's the best way listeners can follow you or connect with you?
I'll just say, if you got a dream, you know, and if you want to achieve it, I say, you know, chase it. You know, don't be scared. Be fearless in chasing your dreams.
And don't be scared to ask for help.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like we reached out to you. Do not be scared to reach out to somebody. And then for us reaching us, we have our Instagram is
KD Life Essentials.
Mm-hmm. And then our Facebook, of course.
Keisha and Donnell.
Everybody always thinks that's just Keisha's page, and it's both of ours because it's Keisha Donnell. And then I guess
our email address is Keisha, or no, our email address is ddaniel.kbeck@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Hey, so there you have it, ML Nation. Thanks again to Keisha Donnell. If you want to, you know, those links to their profiles, you can go to mlnation.com, click on the podcast tab and the show notes page, and the nuggets of wisdom and their profiles will be on the show notes page. Hey, hope you liked our show. This is DMO Heroes with our future leaders, Keisha and Donnell. If you also want the DMO, a couple of resources for you. You can go to mlnation.com and download the DMO cheat sheet. Also, Donnell talked a lot about CLAM, meeting new prospects online. There's a blog post and a video free training on that. Go to mlnation.com/CLAM. Not eating mussels and clam, to see for clam. mlnation.com/CLAM. And for those who want to take your business to the next level, get the accountability and prospect together with me, it'll be a ton of fun, just like what Keisha and Donnell do. They do. Go to purposedrivennetworkers.com. And we in 30 days, you get at least one customer, one rep if you work with me. So, and Keisha and Donnell, they got 2 customers and they're rocking it right now. So anyway, thanks for watching, ML Nation. Remember, this is business about helping. Keisha talked about that. It's about helping, focus on helping others. You got a great product, great service. You got to share with other people and take action on what you learn, because we're in the business to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all. All right, that was awesome. Fantastic.